Hey, hey, good evening, and welcome to Mondays in the Meditation Room with Dr. K for Midlife Musings. I am excited just to spend a few moments with you on tonight because normally on shoot, normally on a fifth Monday, I would have a celebration dance party or do a replay for tonight. But I wanted to just jump on for a few moments. You ever had one of those days where you were determined for it to go a certain way, and no matter how well thought out, how planned out your day was, just life kept stepping in and shifting your plans. Well, I had one of those kind of days today, and it's all good. And it made me want to just come on for a few moments on this last Monday in the first month of a brand new year, um, to just allow us to take a few moments to breathe, right? And we're just going to do a meditation. We often talk on um, Mondays in the meditation room about release and reset, release and reset. And it's usually at the end of a month or end of a season. And just to take a moment to reflect, because reflection is so powerful. It is such sacred work. It's things that we did not, or it's a thing, at least for me, my experience. I can only speak from my experience. Maybe you have. Was taught that spiritual skill of reflection, stopping, getting quiet, and thinking back over a specific event, a specific experience, a specific time, and asking yourself some very important questions, like, how am I feeling in this moment? What about this past experience, this past event, or this past season in my life? Did I show up as myself? If I didn't, why? Um, were there things I hoped to accomplish and I didn't? Um, why? Was there something hindering me or preventing me from moving forward? And then, of course, I always say, well, then, if there were things you didn't do and you wish you could have, then have some compassion and patience for yourself, like you do for everyone else. And then, if you rocked it this past month, that you were able to cross some things off your list, you were able to succeed in certain things, and you saw yourself being yourself, you talk nicely to yourself, you encourage yourself and other people, you saw yourself walking in your authenticity, then celebrate, celebrate, celebrate. Pat yourself on the back, give yourself a round of applause, right? And acknowledge that you are human and that you are in process, making progress to that self that God created you to be. And here's the thing about that, we even have to be kind and gentle with that, because we're going to always be in process of growing. There will be those great strides and breakthrough that we made, and our minds will be renewed. We will get rid of the stinking, shrinking thinking and begin to have a new mindset and perspective about ourselves, about the past, and where we're going. We're always going to be in that process. So don't get caught up. At least I know I did for a minute. I got caught up in thinking, okay, there is a goal that I'm supposed to make. There's a place that I'm supposed to be. There is some accomplishments I'm supposed to have. I'm supposed to do. And then when I meet that milestone, it's done. And then I move on. And then I do this and I do that. But life is not always linear. Sometimes you move up, then you take a few steps back. Sometimes you take a leap forward and you grow. But believe me, we are always going to be in process of evolving. Wow. Because sometimes we get to a place where we think we want to be, and then we get there, and then we're like, yeah, it's not everything I thought it was going to be. Or, it wasn't what I thought I wanted. And then guess what? You get to shift, and process and progress some more and keep on evolving and growing. Matter of fact, for those of you who are believers in Jesus Christ, you think about the word of God. It says that God, who has begun a good work in us, will complete it until the day of Jesus Christ, meaning until Jesus cracks the sky or until we leave this earth to meet him face to face, then that's when changing and growing and evolving will no longer be necessary because we will be in the presence of the holy and the divine. But while we're here, we get to embrace our divinity and our humanity and walk in it day by day. Man, there are some places that we're going to get to where we begin to acknowledge where our true identity and power lies, and it does not lie outside of us or in anybody else's power and authority. It is within us because of our inherent worth that came when God blew the breath of life in us and said, yes, this is your slice of eternity to be in the earth. That is your uh, your 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 receipts. For lack of a better term, I like that. The fact that you're here are the receipts that God loves you. It's your proof that you are chosen and beloved because you are here. And the things that you and I have experienced, the disappointments, the frustration, the celebrations, the mountaintops and the valleys, all of that, it just rolls in to make us who we are and how we respond to the things that we've gone through, and then allowing ourselves to heal from some things that have caused us to create, or I guess I would say defense mechanisms, things that we think are going to prevent us from feeling feels or experiencing disappointment again. Yeah, all of that is a part of life. So be okay with the continuation of learning, growing, healing, and evolving. It's a part of life as long as you live. But as long as your heart is open, you will allow yourself to experience certain things. And then sometimes you might end up experiencing the same thing with a different perspective that helps you keep your peace, your authenticity, yes, and your identity rooted in your creator. Amen. Amen. Boom shakalaka, whichever one you want to do. And so, as we take this moment to reflect on the end of another month, this isn't about some hard and fast rule about what we should have done. Maybe you started out the beginning of the month wanting to do a fast or wanting to do a consecration, and you started and maybe you didn't finish, or you slipped up, or something happened and you were disappointed. Guess what? If the Lord says the same as my mama says, you have another opportunity. Maybe you got what you needed to get in that moment, in those few days, or 10 days out of 20, 7 out of the 21, whatever it is you needed to get. When you take the time to reflect on it, see where you are with what we did with the last 30 days of this month in this brand new year. And then guess what? Release it. The good, the bad, and the ugly. Whether you did everything you wanted to do or didn't. Whether you accomplished everything you wanted to do, still release it. Because there's always more ahead of you. Yeah. And then just reset yourself, reset your spirit, reset your mind, your spirit for the coming months, because the truth is those time blocks that we have is man-made. It's not necessarily God made, right? Those time blocks, the thing that God instituted was opportunities for remembrance. Those high holy days and festivals, all of those were really just to remember who the people were and who God was to them, and who they were to God. It was moments along the time trajectory of their lives or the time spans of their lives, just to say, stop right here. Remember, live a little more. Stop right here. Remember this so that you can remember who you are a few more times. Sometimes it was years apart, 7 years. Sometimes it was annual every year. Stop and remember how I brought you out. Stop and remember how I rescued you from that. Stop here and remember and reflect. And so God did have those times and those moments, but what was the purpose? Not some hard, fast or rules that said, I need to have this by now. I need to do this by now. I need to be over that by now. I need to move on. I need to be better than this by now. Not those kind of things, but those moments to stop and remember. And that's what I am beginning to love about when a month or a season comes to an end. It's an opportunity. It's a shaking or a opportunity for me to stop and breathe and say, hmm, where am I? What do I feel? How can I describe what I'm feeling as I come to the end of this month? What has changed? What has shifted? What new door did I walk through? How did I show up for myself? And maybe I really did need to show up for someone else. And how was I able to do that? Right? Reflect on those things. And what we say, release. And then reset. Shift your mind. Go ahead and look at the days to come, even though none of them are promised to us, to look ahead and with hope, right? And then maybe you're in a season of grieving a loss or a shift or a change or a transformation that has changed your life, that made you have to rethink your goals and your dreams for your life. Some of it may have been because of decisions you've made, and some of it might be as collateral damage or consequences from someone else's decisions. Either way, you and I are responsible for our own well being and the quality of our lives. And it really starts within. Yeah, it starts within and it starts with us. So I want us to just take a few minutes and we get back to my little, I love it, meditation, reflection, just for, and it created just for solidity, meditation, and breathworks to just sound is so powerful. It evokes emotions, it creates a certain atmosphere. And for me, I know the sound of water, rain, or the ocean, that white noise type of sound that helps your brain to relax and shut down and shut off. So, just want to spend a few moments with you, allowing you to reflect on these past 30 days. What did you learn about yourself? Wow. What made you smile? What brought you joy? Hmm. How about what angered you? What frustrated you? What challenged you? Because reflecting on those things um, are just as important and valuable, right? Of those things that may have brought you pain. The joy, those things that fired you up, those things that may have disappointed you, what were they? And how do you need to respond to those things? Do you need to shift your time, your energy? Do you need to step back? Do you need to not engage those things, those people, those experiences anymore? Do you need to go full steam ahead, step right into it, lean into it? What do you need to do? So, what things do you need to release? Wow, some habit, some thought process, some thought pattern that keeps you in a place of anxiety. When you reflect on these past 30 days, what do you need to release? How about for me? Just need to release the month because I had a whole lot of things that I wanted to complete or get done that didn't work out that way. But what I had to do in lieu of those things was just as important because it was about me being present. Being present. Because life is about um, negotiation and deciding to say yes to some things mean you're saying no to something else. And being a big girl about it and saying, well, if I'm deciding to do this, I have to let that go. And if there's some people that won't be too happy about that, you have to decide um, where they land in your life, in this new season in your life of midlife, right? Yep. So release it and then reset, recalibrate in the days that are coming ahead of you for the month of February. February, Black History Month, and with all that's going on in the earth, we need to reset our hearts and our minds to continue to have hope for peace, for our people, for our children, right? Reset our hope meter, reset our belief in the goodness of others, and reset our belief in ourselves that we're capable, we're able, we're worthy, we're enough. Reset and say, it's all right. What's in the past is past, it's gone, can't change it, couldn't control it, and I really can't even control the future. So my goal is to set some ideas and thought patterns for where I want to go, adjust my mindset, right? Even write them down, right? And then begin to live them one day at a time. So take a deep breath in with me. I invite you to take a deep breath in and release it. Get comfortable on your seat, on your couch, your chair, wherever you are, and just take a moment. And I invite you to gently close your eyes if you feel safe enough to do so. Get still. Place your hand over your heart and celebrate the consistency of an organ that you didn't even create and don't know exactly how it works, but you know that it's beating, keeping blood flowing through your body. It's keeping you alive. Its steady, consistent beat is there supporting your well-being. Take a deep breath in and release it. Remember that even though we use the word heart, what we're really talking about is our innermost being, who we really are, the seat of ourself, the seat of our soul, the seat of our emotions. Take a deep breath in through your nose and release it through your mouth. Take a moment and think of anything that may have frustrated you over this past month, that may have disappointed you, things that you didn't get a chance to do, that you told yourself you would, but you didn't. Let's take a deep breath in and release it. Release it. and acknowledge you did the best you could with wherever you were, whatever emotional state you were in, whatever your midlife body, heart, mind, and soul allowed you to do in that moment. Accept it and release it. One more deep breath in and release through your mouth. In that stillness and roam and love on yourself. Now think about that thing you did right, girls. You did that thing. You got it right. You had your to-do list. You went down. You crossed some things off. You took a big step of faith, a big leap of faith, and you landed squarely on your feet with your back straight and your head up. You did that thing. You did something that you were afraid to do or you didn't think you could do. You celebrated something, a milestone in your life. You just made it to a brand new year in a brand new month, and you are grateful that you just made it, then celebrate, celebrate, celebrate. In this moment, tell yourself, thank you. Thank you. I knew you could. But now, guess what? You get to release it. Take a deep breath in and release it. As great as that was, there's still more living to do. Take a moment, put your hand on your heart one more time, and thank yourself for another 30 days. Thank God, your creator, your sustainer, your keeper, for bringing you through. Now let's reset our minds, lift our heads, no bow down heads, but lifted heads, and reset your spirit, soul, mind, and body, and think that every day that you're gifted in the days to come, that you will be present, you will be attentive, you will be aware, you will be hopeful, you will be grateful, you will speak truth, most of all to yourself. Take a deep breath in, exhale, receive the possibilities of the present moment. Dream, imagine, believe. Reset to make some history of your own. To love yourself just a little bit more. Focus on what matters and flow by the leading of the Spirit. Take a deep breath in and release. Invite you now to open your eyes. Give yourself a big hug and say, girl, I love you. I love you. I love you. And carry it on into the rest of the evening. Get some quiet time for yourself. Right? And just love on yourself. Man. Listen to this. You know, I always like to take a moment to read an excerpt from The Enlightened Woman, Inspiration and Reflections to Rediscover the Joy Being You in Midlife and Beyond. We should all be grateful for hindsight. Life circumstances make so much more sense when we're looking in the rearview mirror. Ergo, the saying, hindsight is 20/20. Things become abundantly clear when we have the benefit of time and added wisdom. When we're in the thick of a situation, it's hard to make sense of what's happening, especially if it's painful and it involves loss. We somehow manage to forge ahead without taking time to acknowledge, let alone heal from the traumatic experiences in our lives. We need to take a good, long, hard look at them in order to benefit and learn from them. Socrates, one of the great Greek philosophers, stated, "An unexamined life is not worth living." So I encourage you to take serious inventory and reevaluation of your life to help you make this next chapter worth its weight in gold. Yes, this is the Enlightened Woman presenting Mondays in the Meditation Room with Dr. K for Midlife Musings, this space and sacred space for all things enlightenment and empowerment for Black women in midlife and beyond, where you find your sister tribe to co-journey with you on this journey of rebirth and reimagining midlife. Yes, absolutely love it. Thank you for taking a minute whenever you decide to watch this or hear this, whether it's live or on a replay. Thank you for taking the time to rediscover the joy of being you in midlife and beyond. And I don't want to forget to remind you to join us this Friday. It's not too late. I think we might have 3 or 4 more spaces. I'm so excited because, during this midlife, we're either experience perimenopause, that time before menopause, the cessation of our menses where we no longer have periods, right? Right, that time prior to, where there's an upheaval in every area of our lives, especially our bodies, our spirits, our souls, and minds. We're experiencing brain fog, thinning hair, drying skin, irritability, even depression and hot flashes, weight gain, and heart palpitations. You name it, there's something going on with our bodies. But we are learning here and empowering ourselves to manage those symptoms, mitigate them, because it's just a sign that it's time to transition to another place in our womanhood. And so, whether you are perimenopausal, meaning prior to menopause, you are menopause, postmenopausal, meaning you've had that 24 hours that you realize you haven't had a cycle for a whole year, or you're menopausal, you're on the other side of it, right? We like to celebrate it, honor it. And one of the things we started last year in the month of October for World Menopause Awareness Month, and then on World Menopause Awareness Day, we had a gathering called the Menno Lounge, a night of joy. We had a ball. Guess what? I said that it's just like Lay's. We can't do just one. So I'm so excited that this Friday, February the 3rd at 7, we're doing another Minnow Lounge, and this time it's a night of self-love. What a way to kick off February, this love month, with the night of self-love. We're going to go to the wonderful sacred space called Spiritual Essence Yoga and Wellness. So it's going to be a night of yoga, gentle yoga, learning how to relax and care for our temples, our bodies. These midlife bodies need extra care and love. And so we're just going to get in touch with them, get grounded, stretch them, move them. You'd be surprised how much energy and stuff we have locked up in them cells and them joints and those muscles. And so we're just going to spend some time loving on our bodies, right? Then have some time for meditation, some self-love meditation, affirmations, and of course, chocolate things. Yes, so excited. So, Dana Smith, the founder and owner of Spiritual Essence, is going to be joining us to lead us through those movements of movement and meditation. And then we get to just fellowship and bask in the company of like-minded, like-hearted sisters. So come on, for a love investment of just 25, you can come on and have a good time with us as we honor ourselves in this season. You can go to enlightenedwoman.global/self-love and register. Now, let me take a moment. Let me see if I can find it and put it up so that you can see it. Did we put it up? I don't know. I don't see it. There it is. Yes, there it is. A night of self-love, Friday, February 3rd from 7 to 8, hosted at the beautiful Spiritual Essence Yoga and Wellness Center, Upper Marlboro. And you will see it enlightenedwoman.global/self-love. You can also see it on my IG page, Kelly B. Hayes, or the Enlightened Woman Facebook page. Scroll through, you'll see the flyer there with the information. So, looking forward to seeing you this Friday, and go ahead and register, because you know the studio spaces are only but so big, right? And so we do have, when we say space is limited, we're not kidding, it really is. So we only have a few more spaces available. So why don't you make one of those yours, or make two? Bring a sister with you. I also want to share with you, I don't have the flyer for that one. I'm going to download it so you can see it. My husband and I are actually really certified life coaches as well. And so we coach couples, and we have our ministry, our company. Part of it is called the Power Couples, Purposefully Operating in Wisdom for Extraordinary Relationships. The Power Couples. For the past couple of years, we've been doing what we call the 14-day bliss boost. It just means for 14 days straight, we meet live and we talk about those things that are important to us. Woo! As midlife couples, as new couples, couples that's been married for a while. We always have a gamut of newlyweds to just getting started to been together for a while. But can I tell you, the benefits from the coaching and the teaching you can apply to wherever you are in your married relationship. Yes, I mean, it is powerful. And then that collective wisdom that's always in the room is great. So you can register for that as well, at powercouples.info/bliss. Powercouples.info/bliss. BLISS. And that is $97 per couple. And once you register, you'll be giving us the private link for our Facebook page where we'll be meeting, and then have access to the 14 days for the rest of 2023. And don't think we forgot, for our alumni from 2022, you will have access to those 14 days from 2022 as well. So thank you all for spending some time with me. And as you can see, I'm not in the meditation room on tonight. I'm literally in my office. Did I tell you when we first started that sometimes your day don't go like you think it was going to go? So I decided to be right here in my office to spend some time with you in the room, because I didn't want to miss it. Absolutely love you. Thank you for hanging out with me on tonight. And I look forward to seeing you in February. Look for the information as we drop what February we're going to be talking about for the month of February. Our special guest is going to be joining us February and on into March as we prepare for spring pretty soon, y'all. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Invite a sister. Join me on my YouTube channel, Kelly V. Hayes. And that's where you can also watch the replays of Mondays in the Meditation Room. And don't forget to subscribe, make sure your notification bell is on so you know when it's time for us to gather in our space. All right, here's to your joy. And I will see you real soon. And hopefully, I'll see you on this Friday in the Mental Lounge for a night of self love. Love you. See you soon. Bye.